Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are out here at Free Springs CME Church in Harmontown, Mississippi. I wanted to make sure I wanted to say some other town, but it's Harmontown. And I thought for the first video for Black History Month, for me, we would we'd do blues this week. I thought that would be a cool way to start. So we're here to visit the grave and pay respects to the great Mr. RL Burnside. He's a legend in the blues community, and we'll talk more about him and all that good stuff. But let me get my ad out of the way and say, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all those things. And if this isn't your first time here, hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's see, shout out to the members. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. We got the Liquid IV, we got the merch, we got all that stuff. I think that's about all my junk. So Burnside was born in 1926 in the rural part of Lafayette County, Mississippi, near an area that would be covered by Sardis Lake just a few years later. He played the harmonica and dabbed with playing guitar beginning at the age of 16. He said he first played in public at the age of 21 or 22. And he learned mostly from Mississippi Fred McDowell, who had lived near Burnside since Burnside was a child. Burnside cited church, singing, and the fife and drum picnics as elements of his childhood musical landscape, and he created Muddy Waters, Lightning Hopkins, and John Lee Hooker he credited them as influences in adulthood. In the late 1940s, he moved to Chicago, where his father had lived since he separated from his mother in the hope of finding better economic opportunities. He found jobs at metal and glass factories, had the company of Muddy Waters, his cousin-in-law, and enjoyed the blues scene of Maxwell Street. But things did not turn out as he had hoped. Within the span of 1 year, his father, 2 brothers, and 2 uncles were all murdered in the city. 3 years after coming to Chicago, Burnside went back south. He married Alice Mae Taylor in 49 or 50, somewhere in there. And he moved several times in the 50s between Memphis and the Mississippi Delta. And the hill country of northern Mississippi, it seems, it was around that time that Burnside killed a man, possibly at a craps game. He was convicted of murder and incarcerated at Parchman Farm. He would later relate that his boss at the time had arranged to release him after 6 months, as he needed Burnside's skills as a tractor driver. His earliest recordings were made in '67 by George Mitchell, then a graduate student of journalism. Mitchell and his wife went on a 13-day summer trip in Mississippi, which resulted in the first recordings of several country blues artists. He came to Burnside's house near Coldwater on the advice of fife player and maker Other Turner. And these recordings featured Burnside playing acoustic guitar and singing, and a few tracks had harmonica accompaniment. His early repertoire came from hill country and Memphis favorites, John Lee Hooker, Muddy Waters, and other artists. And in '69, he performed for the first time outside the U.S. at a program in Montreal with Lightning Hopkins and John Lee Hooker. In the mid-'80s, Burnside retired from work and became more busy with music. For about 12 years, he worked with a New Orleans-based harpist, John Morris, Nuremberg, and in the mid-'80s, he toured around once a year or maybe twice, and by one report in '85, he had been to Europe like 17 times. And Burnside began recording for the Oxford, Mississippi label Fat Possum Records in '91. And Burnside continued to tour, perhaps more extensively than ever. He opened for the Beastie Boys, was a musical guest on Late Night with Conan O'Brien, and provided entertainment at private events, such as like Richard Gere's birthday party, of all random things. Richard Gere, right? Is he the jerk? Before long, however, Burnside was declining in health, sadly, as that tends to happen to all of us, doesn't it? He had an ear infection and underwent heart surgery in '99. And after a heart attack in '01, his doctor advised him to stop drinking. It's a bummer, right? And Burnside did, but he reported that left him unable to play, Another heart attack in 2002 resulted in surgery in '03. Yet Burnside continued as a guest singer on occasions, such sets at the Bonnaroo Music Festival in 2004, his last public appearance. And sadly, he passed away at St. Francis Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee on September 1st of 2005 at the ripe old age of 78. And here we go. The legend, Mr. RL Burnside, 26 to 2005. And there's a, this Deadwood Tobacco Co., an ancient Chinese cigarette for cigars. And then there's the assortment of little trinkets and flowers, beer bottles, some brandy right there, little offerings. So yeah, RL Burnside. I've been wanting to come here for quite some time. And I'm glad he's the first one for Black History. So don't let me just come on here and like blow smoke, because like I didn't know anything about Mr. Burnside until I was in my teens in the early 2000s, and there was a band called North Mississippi All-Stars. And that was the band that turned me on to this kind of music. Like one of the like first times I heard it, I was like, oh, this is like my thing. Like this, I don't even know what it is. It's just something special about it. It just feels good going in my ear holes, right? So yeah, I done walked up the hill from where Mr. Burnside's buried. I thought for the first video for Black History Month, this would be a good way to start. Start with like a blues legend. Next week is Valentine's Day, so we'll have our normal, like a Valentine's type video. And then after that, we'll resume our Black History Month. And this is our third year doing this. And it's because of you guys. Like, I know I say it in every video, and that's why. It's like, y'all are the reason that I get to take you guys somewhere to do something. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. The members, the subscribers, just watching it, like, and comments, all the comments, like, I try to respond to as many as I can. I don't know. It's amazing. And I can't thank you guys so much. This is our, like, third year doing this. Like, where's the time going? I feel like I just got started, but it's already been 3 years. It's kind of, I don't know, sometimes it's surreal when I do this. Like, okay, that's what we do. So yeah, thank you so much. Gosh, it's amazing. And you know what? We'll do the thing just over the shoulder. You never know what you'll find on the back roads. I'll see you guys next time.